Good morning.
Is it on?
Yeah.
And here.
Good morning.
We're live.
Oh, wait.
Where are we at?
Live on Facebook.
Well, hi.
All good. All right, starting over. This is Cassie Johnson with the Lake Mills Chamber, and I'm here with Julie and Casey from David's Marketplace in Lake Mills here. They are located at 103 North Washington, which is downtown Lake Mills. So if you're on Main Street, you won't miss it. Look for the big mural on the side of the building. Right. That's this grocery store. Too funny. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they purchased the store in 2017, so they will be celebrating 5 years here coming up in November. They purchased it from the family of David Felstead, who unfortunately passed away last week. And I know he meant a lot to the store. He was still working there, still helping you guys out.
Yeah, he did, and we actually bought it from Scott, his son. But the deal with Scott, for me, was I wouldn't buy unless David stayed on board.
Because we had both worked full-time jobs yet, so David was really an asset to us. And he was a wonderful person.
Yeah, and we wouldn't be able to do it, be able to reinvest in the store, because we maintained our full-time jobs for almost a year, over a year, and you did 2 years, and then which allowed us to bring some updates that we needed, and it wasn't for David, God bless his soul, none of this would have happened.
Right. Yep.
He was proud to have his name on the front of that building, and still is there.
Oh, yeah.
Still was, and up above, he still is.
Yes. I know it's a great loss to the whole community.
Yeah,
you know,
he was definitely a community leader. So.
Yes, definitely. So tell us a little bit about your backgrounds and how you became grocery store owners in Lake Mills, Iowa.
I've been in the grocery business my whole life. I went in high school college, worked for Hy-Vee for 25 years. I worked for the Nelson's Independent for almost 12 years. And then I went and ran a wholesale company, which gave me the wholesale side of it for 5 years. As my wife said, that was my worst 5 years of my life. They were long
days.
Yeah. But I learned how to drive.
We have long days now. They were non-stop long days.
Yeah, I learned how to drive a semi, so I still have my CDL because of that reason. But and it has helped us out too, just knowing the wholesale side. We actually we're probably out of the 500 stores out of our warehouse, we're the only ones that haul our own groceries. Just for having the background, we knew that we could do it ourselves, and we do it. And
economical as well.
Economical, yeah, it saves us quite a bit of money versus we have 10 stores that go with us, and we could probably have another 20, but I don't want to be driving truck either.
No. So that group of stores, do you get together and like hire a driver
a fleet?
We have two truck drivers right now. We just actually purchased our first semi. We've always owned our trailers, but we actually purchased a semi, and now we get to pay $5 diesel. Soon to be $6 probably. So that's a little scary.
Yeah, so. We haul from Norfolk, Nebraska.
Yep.
Okay.
And we backhaul Mrs. Jerry's potato salad and all their stuff down there for them. So, and that's been a big time savings for us, and it's allowed us to be competitive.
Yeah.
I think. So.
Cool.
And then she worked in, you can tell me about you, you were in your life.
Customers service support my whole life basically until he came into my life and I started learning grocery. And every place we go on vacations, we look at grocery stores.
Gotta scope them out.
But then I had the pleasure of coming down here last year.
February?
It was, a year ago February that I became full-time down at the grocery store.
She gave me permission.
And I do love it.
We were going to buy in, this was a partnership, and then she told me that was not allowed. And
if we're going to own it, we're going to do it ourselves.
Yep.
So, and
it's been a good thing.
And you know, we had Winnebago, Worth, Betco really help us out. The city stepped up for us, and Scott, he helped us out. He allowed us to buy the store over basically a 6-month period. So Scott, we owe a lot to Scott too. So
that's awesome. Yeah, and I mean, we obviously really appreciate all that you put into Lake Mills and giving back to Lake Mills. You now live in Lake Mills. You're both involved in several things in town. Me and Julie are on the LMEI board together. Maybe you've been pushed to do those things. But
literally, I don't know what it is, but we just fell in love with this town. We have other opportunities to be at obviously we have a couple more grocery stores.
Yep.
And we choose to be Lake Mills.
Yep.
I was an Iowegian before. She never has been. So I graduated from Iowa, Corning, Iowa. So
Okay.
we're actually got it. This next couple months, we got to get our Iowa driver's license. The house is sold in
It's time,
We
yeah.
sold our house in Owatonna
Yeah.
a couple months to our daughter a month ago, I guess.
Okay.
And like I said, we're getting moving to a new house here next month, and so
Yep.
we swapped houses finally.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yes. And like you said, you have other stores.
Yeah.
How does that help
They're-
with what you can offer? And where are they located?
They're
too?
fantastic communities. One
Yeah.
is in Northwood,
Yep.
and we have
We bought
a
that
man-
2 years ago. It could be 3 years in November. November seemed to be our number.
Yeah.
And then we bought Hartley April Fool's Day a year ago.
Last
so,
year. Yeah.
But it allows us to. I think our biggest challenge is to reinvest in the stores. And when you have one store, the cost to reinvest is pretty substantial now. And you just got to constantly reinvesting, and we're always, even if you go up there, it's kind of a mess right now by the ice cream shop because we're
Yeah.
redoing the deli, and there's a lot more future things we still got to do.
Always something to do.
Oh yes.
And,
at the
and
same
you
time with the other
always
stores.
have to. You always have to update
Yeah.
and maintain and updates.
You know, and we've done Northwood. We probably spent a little more money than we wanted over there, but if you haven't been there, it
It's
looks
a beautiful store.
beautiful
Yeah, I'll
store.
have to.
It's a great community. Hartley was Greg and Kathy had purchased. They own that for 20 years, and they just put a whole front end 5 years ago, and I mean brand new. It's a beautiful store, so that needed less attention. It still has a few things we tweaked around, but it was much more key ready to go, and we got a great staff in all 3 locations, and so that's kind of our future. We get a call once a month to buy a store, you know, and I have no. My wife kind of looks at me, but if we have somebody that can run it, you know, the average age of grocery store owners, I think, around in Iowa is probably 55, 60 years old, and the younger generation doesn't seem to want. We have 4 kids. I don't think any of them will take over the grocery store.
Oh no!
No, so I'd love to have 1
Yeah.
or 2 of them, but maybe in time. But
Yeah.
but we've got some great opportunities for somebody who wants to get in the grocery business.
Oh yeah.
We'll help them.
Yeah.
So that's a
Yep.
sales pitch right there.
Yeah. There you go.
We
Heard it
actually have
firsthand.
we have a new gentleman starting on Monday, Brian Winters, and he's actually from Lake Mills.
Okay. Yeah.
Originally.
Right. So he starts Monday for us. We're pretty excited about that. We have Jenny, you know Jenny.
Yes,
She works
yep.
for us too. So we're gonna have Jenny and Brian both there, and trying to get Julia probably a little more out on the road with me to kind of do some more. She's sort of the creative.
Big picture.
She's sort of the
Yeah.
creative side, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm probably more the nuts and bolts. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Which works well in a business
Teamwork.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teamwork. And you know, while you were speaking, I thought too of just how many kids learn, you know, get their first job at the grocery store, and they learn about business, and they learn about the real world and work. So, you know, having a hometown grocery store is great in that aspect alone, and you know, also the service obviously is unmatched. So, what were some of the goals when you bought the business, and have you reached any of those goals in the last 5 years?
I think the first goal was to make a living, you know, and that's why we worked for a year. We were terrified, to say the least.
Say the least.
But now we've now established stuff, and you know, part of it is, like I said, our growth pattern. You know, we'd like to grow still a little more, and again, it allows us to draw less out of each store and invest back in each store. So we have a pretty aggressive investing.
Reinvesting is very critical
Yeah.
for us.
And
is to
everybody
reinvest.
that in the industry tells you that's the key thing, to put basically 10% back in the store every year.
Yeah. Wow. And I mean, in recent years, you've got the now hot lunches available.
Yep.
So is that considered the deli then
Yep,
portion
the deli,
there?
yep.
So the deli there. Your ice cream window, which everybody's been asking me, when's it gonna open?
Today.
Oh, well, there we go.
It should open last week, but we had a grandson that turned 1, and
Oh.
sorry, Lake Mills, that was not going to be denied.
Yep.
It's
So
been-
opening today.
It is
Open today.
opening today at 4 o'clock.
So, yep, even though it's not totally warm today, come out and get your first ice cream of the
That's
summer.
okay. We don't want to worry about overwhelming our staff either.
That's true. That's true. And then
But
what
we
are
will be open
what are the hours for that this summer
4 to
then?
8.
4 to 8.
4 to
Every
8 p.m.
day.
Okay.
Yep.
People can just walk up outside. You prefer walk up outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless weather
inside
is
anyway.
raining or such.
Yeah.
Then we'll
Again, it's a learning curve for us. We just kind of, I mean, last year when we opened it, Julie was sick for a week. So we just opened the day. I'd never made a blizzard or a malt ever. We opened the door, and actually the kids basically took over.
They figured it out.
They programmed the computer for me because we had a brand new computer. What's the Square?
Oh, yeah.
We'd never used it before.
Yeah.
I had to run over a half hour before that and got up the bank, programmed into my account. You know, and it literally a half hour. And
Yeah.
I live in chaos, and I'm very comfortable in chaos. On her, on the other part,
not.
she's not. So
There's, you know, in some jobs you have to be at least prepared or comfortable with, you know, last minute
in
things
this
like that.
occupation.
I think I create chaos sometimes just to be happy.
As long as you can clean it up too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, makes me feel
For your wife.
we're needed. I'm needed when I'm Captain Chaos is needed.
Too funny. Yeah, I mean, is there anything new coming that we can look forward to? I saw, I was in there the other day getting some groceries, and I saw you have sushi in the
We do
cooler.
have sushi. That's been a really big deal, and it's good.
It is.
I
bought both kinds to try, and I got home, and I maybe should have just let it sit out a little longer because it must come to you frozen. And I bit into it, and it was frozen. I was like, ah!
No.
But yeah, once it sat out a little bit, it was really good.
Yeah, we'll probably expand some of our bakery operations a little more. I mean, last year you sold 5,000 Christmas cookies on a whim.
Wow.
You know, and I tell her we have 3 stores, so and she decorates them. That's 15,000 cookies. So, and that's just one holiday.
The frosted cookies, and I'm going to be doing stars.
Stars, yeah.
Stars for 4th of July.
No, you won't make 4th of July. They'll be gone Memorial Day.
They
will
not
because
starting them yet.
No.
I got to get the ice cream shop going.
Yeah. But cookies are just crazy, and some cakes. We decorate cakes now, and like I said, we dab in catering. We're not really. We don't really advertise it.
Yeah.
But
it's going very well.
It's going very well. We could probably become a crazy creature if we wanted to let it, but we kind of try to tone it down and just availability, and maybe with some more help, we'll adjust a little more to that.
Yep.
So.
Anybody who was at our annual meeting knows how good the food was. That was provided by David's as a catering service, and it was way too much for any of us to eat. But it was great and it was delicious.
And if we get a really big, like a wedding or anything, we have a chef on hand, Scott, and we bring him in, and he utilizes our operation, and he does the cooking, and we do the help with it. So.
Yes. So. Yeah, if there's something that somebody wants to buy that maybe isn't on your shelves, would you like them to contact?
Yeah, by all means. You're not saying that we will, but we will reach and do everything we can. And it's all about turns. And if they want to buy a full case, there's nothing we can't get.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically, we kind of, space-wise, you just got to watch what you got. But anybody wants to buy a case, we'll give you a great price, and we'll get you that case.
And we do accommodate whoever has something that they'd like to see us carry. We're more than happy to get it in and give it a shot.
Yeah.
Great. It's something that will sell.
Yeah.
We keep tearing stuff out, the office, the break room. We made a break room back.
We get rid of all the offices.
It's about selling space, really, what it is. And like we've done, our pet food section is tripled, but our sales, our HBCs, we tripled that.
Well, everybody knows with COVID, all of a sudden everyone was getting animals because they were at home.
So we try to keep up with the times, and we're going to be adding a 4 feet more deli selection to refrigerated deli.
Okay.
That's coming. Got Grows Electric right up there right now, doing a little PR for them guys. I told them that I was going to blame them when the ice cream shop wasn't going to be open. So I told them that. So they were there today. So we're getting the ice cream shop open up today.
That's hilarious. We sort of touched on it before, but what is something that you really enjoy about owning a business in Lake Mills?
I grew up in Corning, Iowa, small town. This is what I grew up in. I love it.
For me, it is small town atmosphere.
This is, for her, it was different.
I'm not used to this, and I really, really enjoy this town.
I was a carry-out boy, and me and my brother both worked, and I guess we look similar, but not that similar. But he wrestled and I played basketball. We just answered all the questions. They didn't know who we were half the time, but we just learned, you know, and everybody knew the Connor boys at the store for 3 years, small town. So, but yeah, I like to be able to walk around town and just, it's good to be in small town Iowa.
Yeah, you recognize all the faces that come through, and they support you and you support them, and
this is a pretty nice small town. On top of everything, we got a nice mixture of industry. You know, agriculture still, you know, the number.
The downtown is.
But the
here.
downtown, if you go to a lot of other small towns that we operate in, like in Hartley, there's not
much on the main street.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's sad. And this one stays alive.
Northwood
it's
has a pretty good
wonderful.
active downtown, you know, really good active downtown.
Yeah.
So we were very blessed there too. And you know, I would say the school district here is great too. You know, I mean, you look at all the, especially the success of some of the programs that Lake Mills had from going to state in this, and just the kids. And I'm talking FFA, everything all the way to sports. It's just, you know, music, band, just all the way through the activities for the kids to do. And like I said, that's huge, you know, for small towns. And I can tell you that grocery stores, towns always scared to lose their grocery store, their high school. You know, those are the two big things that they don't want to lose.
Yep. Yep. Well, and I would say, you know, even since 2017, 2018, when you guys came in, you know, downtown has changed a lot even since then, you know, so it just takes, it's kind of like a ripple effect. You see one business putting some money into their, you know, their look or their, you know, even the infrastructure of their buildings, and come up with something new and exciting, and then it kind of makes other people go, well, I could do something like that.
Right.
So,
definitely.
Remember the first time we went to the movie theater? It was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We had such a nice movie theater.
It is fabulous.
You know, never really
The
gets,
back seat.
you know, small town, like, God, this is nicer than big towns. You know, and the price is so much
inexpensive.
Inexpensive,
Yes.
you know. So that was one of the big things, and the restaurants we got are just great too.
Yes.
So.
Definitely. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add while we've got an audience here? It looks like you've got a couple comments. Kelly says, best grocery store ever.
Shocking.
Grocery store. Y'all are rocking it, she said.
That's awesome.
And then from Deb Richardson, very interesting to meet the owners. Thank you.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yes, if you haven't met them yet, do so, because they're
We're
great.
in the store a lot.
Yes.
She's in there a lot more than I am.
They're a great connection. They know, you know, if you have a question about, if you're looking for something easy to find or ways to do something. I mean, we've gotten randomly dry ice from you before for events, and obviously materials and food and supplies for events. But yeah, good partners and good community.
Yeah,
community-minded people.
There's no need to drive out of town. We have a great
We're
hardware
here.
store.
Honestly, I do not go very far. No, it's usually, if it's not at the grocery store,
and I would
wait
say
to
that's
get it later,
another
you know?
key thing for Lake Mills is the fact that, you know, everybody reinvests in this town.
Yes.
You know, all the way from
And the support
the gas
is
stations,
just
the,
phenomenal.
you know, the hardware store, you know.
Yes.
You can get your washer dryer there. To our lumber yard, you can get anything done. Julie will get you anything. I mean, just everybody goes out of the way. And then all, like I said, all the jobs people come. A lot of people come here to work even.
That's what makes this community.
Yep.
It's a fantastic community.
And if you got kids, why wouldn't you want to live here?
yeah,
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
just gotta work on that housing.
Yeah, you know, that would be about the only.
Amy Abels says, hi guys.
Hey.
We could say we're going to be selling a house here in a little while.
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Not till August.
Okay, well, people will keep their eyes peeled. I'm sure there's, you know, plenty of people that are watching the housing market.
Yes.
But, well, yeah, we usually end our chamber chats with the question, what is your morning drink of choice? And if it's coffee, how do you take it?
Straight black from the swallow.
Yep.
It's gotta be.
Mine's Diet Coke or a hot cocoa that Kelly makes me.
I never, you know.
And I never get this nice of a cup, though.
I know, this is very nice. I've got a chai tea is what I like to drink
Chai
here.
tea?
If you like chai,
That sounds
they make a good
wonderful.
one here, yeah. Yeah, but otherwise I usually drink a pop.
Yep. And I got to get her trained so I can drink right-handed and put her emblem on this. You know?
Yeah, right? Giving Kelly some hard time.
Oh, you were in so much trouble.
Oh, Crystal
Just trying to
says,
help
great
out.
chamber chat. Crystal is my board president, and she's the administrator at the care center.
Yep.
So,
I know.
I'm sure you've met her.
Yeah.
Yes, so. Okay, well, I think that's all we have. I hope
Perfect.
that everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you, Casey and Julie, for
Thanks,
joining me
Cassie.
today.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yay. All right. Bye-bye.